Good afternoon and welcome to Blind Prime's best 1/12 scale action figures of 2023. I am your host, Blind Prime. My co-host, Cream the Cat, is somewhere in this room. He may show up randomly and surprise the ever-loving crap out of me at some point in this video, so be prepared for that. And isn't that a wonderful reason to watch my videos? When is the cat going to show up and spook Blind Prime? Anyway, today I have for you the championship belt that the Cobra Bat, the winner of 2022's best figure of the year, is currently holding. He is holding the championship belt above his head because this is the day that he gives it up. Who is he going to give up the championship belt to? Well, we don't know, do we? But that's a reason to watch, isn't it? Stay tuned for number 1 to figure out who will get the championship belt of 2023. Who wins the best of the year? The fight is on, so let us begin. And of course, we can always start this video off with number 11, but I decided to start it off with a small little joke I heard the other day. And this one may get you to laugh, and you may be a little affronted by it. I don't know. It's a blonde joke, so be prepared. But I heard it on TikTok, and I have to share it with you. It's a wonderful joke, and I've heard it before, and it's definitely a blind joke. So, a blind man walks into the bar, and he taps his way to the bar, finds a stool, and sits in it, and the barmaid is asking, like, hey, what do you want to drink? And he orders a beer, and then goes, hey, would you like to hear a blonde joke? And the bartender goes, I don't know about that. And a person beside him goes, sir, you're blind, so you may not know this, but that bartender is an ex-SEAL, and I'm a weightlifter, and I'm also blonde. And a cop is over there who's also blonde, drinking with her friend, who is also a blonde judge. Are you sure you want to say that blonde joke in this bar? And the blind man replies, well, not if I have to explain it 4 times. Pause for laughter. That's a fun little joke I just heard. I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's get into the top 11 of 2023, and we're going to start with something that may not have come in 2023. Why, it's the Archivist Emperor. It was a blister pack for it's Emperor Palpatine in all of his robes and stuff, and I'm bringing him out as the number 11 of the year, because, well, I like to make the number 11 something that necessarily may not have come out in the year, but it was something that I got in the year. And I wanted to, emphasize this figure a lot, because this is a good figure. He's really good. And yeah, he's not as, he doesn't have as much articulation as some other figures would, but he's the Emperor. He's not known for going all about and doing any whimsy wobbly things. He's the Emperor. He just kind of sits in a chair. So he's got some really great stuff. I love his cloak, and the textures on this guy were sublime. He definitely deserves the number 11 position. It's just all the sculpt work. Ah, Cream, there it is. Hi, yes. Do you like the Emperor? Rah, 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 rah. Ah, the Cream is scared of the Emperor, as he should be. So let's set the Emperor off over here to the side. I'm going to set him over here so that Cream's hair doesn't get all into his cloak. Okay, that's number 11. So let's continue with number 10. Number 10 is a first G.I. Joe classified series of the year, and it's Shipwreck. Shipwreck gets the number 10 position. Wait for the cat to pass. Okay, Shipwreck gets the number 10 position to, because, well, he's not as good as I would like to have him been. I didn't like the hair for one. But I did love the fact that it's a Shipwreck. Cream, can I help you? Shipwreck here. The way they did his hair molds was very annoying because they've done it differently with other figures, and that's why he's getting the number 10 position. You can't trade out his hair with other people, which is a bit sad. But also, he doesn't have as much articulation as I would have liked, and his accessories were kind of subpar. I mean, you get this cool rope, but It would have been even cooler if they had just thrown in a hemp rope that you could unwind or something like that. Like, I'm pretty sure that would have been cheaper than this plastic POS. So that is why he's getting the number 10, but also because he's got the cool little parrot. I love his parrot. It's a fun little parrot. So let's set him down over here, and let's move on into number 9. Number 9 is our Steel Core Trooper male. Sadly, the female in the Steel Core Trooper 2-pack just did not, it just did not. And it was a really bad figure. And this guy was barely better, but you know what? He does have some great articulation, and he's got some amazing sculpt work, which the female version did also have amazing sculpt work, but I don't put anything in the top 10 that doesn't have double jointed elbows, and well, with one small exception, and we'll get into that. But yeah, that's why the female didn't go, because she didn't have double jointed elbows. And seriously, with all the double jointed elbow female figures that we've gotten in G.I. Joe Classified now, you couldn't have given her the Lady J mold just repainted and put some armor on, or the Zorana mold. You know, you could have gotten, or heck, the Hist Gunner also is a female with double jointed elbows. Really, Cream, really, you got a big butt. You've got a big butt. Yeah, you're like a hot rod cat. Okay, so I love the accessories, and that's why this one is getting the number 9 position, because these accessories that came with him were just simply amazing, and he's a really great figure overall. It was worth the price. The biggest negative to him, and the reason he's so far down on the list, is because he doesn't have a removable helmet. And I honestly, I love my removable helmets, and I will always give negative ratings to things that don't have removable helmets. I don't even care if they just got a face mask on underneath it. I want a removable helmet, darn it. That's what I love. Now I got a cat hair in my face because of Cream. So let's moving on. Moving on to number 8. Yes. Number 8, and let's make sure the cat did not interfere with my numbering process over here. And number 8 is a Valaverse figure. Yes, this is the Valaverse Guard. She is the Covert Ops one, or Shadow Ops one. I forget exactly what it's called, but this was an amazing female figure. She came with really great hand accessories, though it's really annoying to get the hands on and off of a Valaverse figure. The head sculpt was great. No sort of accessories with her. She just came in a box loose, which was kind of weird to get a figure this good and just loose in a box and in a Ziploc bag. But overall, I appreciate the fact that Valaverse does do its packaging very simply. She's got a rake in her hand. They decided that they wouldn't spend that much money on the packaging to kick the savings onto the people buying the toys, and I appreciate that from Valaverse. You didn't get any accessories with her, but she was only $20, and I found her on sale for $18, which isn't too bad. She's got some amazing joints everywhere, and the sculpt work is sublime. And they even went so far as to sculpt the bottom of the feet, which I always love, but she only gets the position that she has because of the fact, no removable helmet. No removable helmet. She didn't come with the accessories, but darn it, I like my helmets. So that's nuts. I knocked him over. So that's 11, and that's 10, and that's 9, and this was 8. So let's moving on over to number 7. And number 7 was a hard one for me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Number 7 is Wrecker from the Bad Batch series, because I love the Bad Batch series. I thought the Bad Batch series was a lot of fun, and if there was a character I was going to get from the Bad Batch series, why, it was Wrecker. And finding Wrecker on the shelf in the wild was really fun and really cool. And best part of Wrecker, removable helmet. I love me a removable helmet. And it's just wonderful. And the fact that when you pull this off, you put it back on, it doesn't you were supposed to click. There it goes. Yeah, nice little click. Stick that head on. He's got some great articulation, though only single jointed elbows and only single jointed knees, which is a negative. No, actually, his knees were double jointed. No, single. Single jointed knees and single jointed elbows, which did get him some negatives to him, but his accessories and the fact that I've wanted a Wrecker And the asymmetrical feel of his armor, the fact that the right side and the left side are different, is just, it's a lot of bonuses for this guy, and that's why he is in the number 7 position. Make sure I got that right. I don't want to screw this up again. Yep, the number 7 position. Let's move on over to number 6, and number 6 is another our first female figure of, well, second female figure counting Valiverse. We've got Zorana. Zorana was an excellent, excellent figure. I loved all of her accessories. I thought she's really cool. I love this hair. Her hair sculpt is just really fun. It's really great. All of her sculpt work on this and the molding is excellent. She's got some wonderful articulation, double-jointed elbows for a female, and I always love me some double-jointed elbows. This is a great figure to have to your collection, and if you already have Zartan, then of course you've got to pick up one of his siblings. And his next sibling, from what I understand, is coming out in 2024. So here's getting the entire Zartan family together so that they can, scheme in the dark. But Zorana here, excellent figure. I highly recommend her, and that is why she's ended up in the number 6 position. Moving on to number 5. Now we're getting into the top 5, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's make sure we got this correct, because a couple of these figures got a little messed up. Okay, and yeah, I did put her as number 5. Number 5 is His Tank Gunner. His Tank Gunner was a great figure, and she would have made it higher if it wasn't for all of her wobbliness. Like the mold degradation on this is obscene. For look at this, just how much she shakes and wobbles. That's not cool. I don't consider that very cool. But she does have double jointed elbows. She's got some really great sculpt work. I love the mohawk that she has, which is just a piece of her armor that's got a bunch of rivets in it, and it feels brutal to be like head-butted with that. Like if she were to bend down and slam her top of her head into you, that would hurt, you know? That's pretty cool. I do like that. I like how she feels in the hand. She's sleek. She's brutal. She's just a good figure overall. And the muscle tones on her, excellent. She was the best figure in the His Tank, the HasLab His Tank. She was overall the best figure in the entire thing, and that is why she deserves the number 5 position. Sadly, I do wish I could have given it to her in a higher position, but she came with some good accessories. It's just that I wasn't expecting this much wobble. And the mold degradation on this toy, this wobble that exists, that is why she's getting the number 5 position. Had she just been a bit better, she would have gotten higher. So let's continue. Now, I almost knocked that off. So now we're going to come over to number 4 and make sure I've got the rest of them lined up correctly here. Yes, yes, and yes. Number 4 is Grunt. Grunt is number 4 from the G.I. Joe Classified line. Grunt here is an amazing figure. He's got some wonderful articulation and accessories galore. And a removable helmet. I love men removable helmets. Accessories galore. He's just got so much to him. He's got some great posability to him. Sculpt work is phenomenal. He's a great army builder, and the only negative on him is that he had a nameplate, which is really kind of sad for an army builder. They could have given it to you in a removable nameplate or something like that. That would have been cool. Maybe included some extra pieces. But overall, this guy is definitely a must-have for any G.I. Joe Classified collector. He is in the top ranks for a reason, and I have loved every minute of posing this guy, playing with him, and interacting with him. He's just a really great figure, and I can't think of another figure that holds this many accessories in one place, including his little computer that he keeps on his chest. Like, who keeps a computer on their chest? Grunt keeps a computer on his chest. So let's continue. That was number 4. Now we're going to move into the top 3, and I would like to bring in an honorable mention for the top 3. Yes, before we get into the top 3, our honorable mention is the WWE Wreck and Slam forklift. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorable mention for today is this forklift, which I highly recommend getting if you have a His Tank. Having a forklift next to your His Tank just makes it work all the better. I've got a Cobra Trooper driving it because, Cobra Troopers, they're just the grunts. They do everything. You can, of course, clean off the WWE stuff, though that is etched in there on the side panels. So You can always remove these side panels to get a better view of the figure inside. These side panels don't actually need to exist at all. Hey, come here. Oh, good grief. They're really tight on everything, but there you go. If you want a normal looking forklift that doesn't have any sort of side panel, so characters can just walk in and out, then there you go. You don't have to have the WWE panel with you. And where did the bat go? I guess Green knocked him over. There we go. Yeah, you're supposed to be holding it up. All right, so that's the honorable mention. The forklift. You can find it on sale all the time. And how often have you ever gotten a 1/12 scale forklift? I ask you that question. You know, internet? You haven't. You haven't. That's the answer to that question. So, 1/12 scale forklift wins the honorable mention. Now we're getting into the top 3. Yes, the top 3. And the top 3 were difficult for me. Really difficult. But I'm going to have to give the number 3 position to Scrap Iron in Anti-Armor Drone. The Anti-Armor Drone's what really got him in the number 3 because I just wish the Anti-Armor Drone was just a smidge better. You know, just a smidge better. I mean, overall for this guy, he's an amazing figure. I love every part of him. If you saw my His Tank video, then you know that I actually brought him into the His Tank to show it off. Here is his Anti-Armor Drone, which is an amazing accessory to include. Though it does have some negatives like articulation in the wheels. I wish it did have that. And I knocked our bat over again. I'm always knocking things over. Are you still holding the... Yeah, cool. He can hold that thing. But yes, the removable helmet got him good points. The amazing face sculpt got him extra points. And that is why he gets this position, in addition to the fact that the His Tank came out this year, and that was his brainchild. So he gets it for a lot of reasons. And some of them are a little biased. Boom, just face plant. Yeah. Okay, let's put your Anti-Armor Drone over here. And, that's it. There we go. Set that over to the side. There we go. Number 2. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is General Hawk. I'm straight up, I've been wanting this figure for a while. I am super excited. I'm super ecstatic that I managed to get a General Hawk. I love my General Hawk. I love his sculpt work. I love his leather jacket. I love the fact that he's got a removable helmet and removable goggles. Like, he doesn't need both, but he got both. He got both. Removable helmet, removable goggles, a backpack. I don't know what it went, but he's got this fun gun that's on a sling. This guy's got it all for the leader of the G.I. Joes. He's the leader of the Joes. He even came with a nice shotgun. And he deserves his number 2 position for everything positive about him. I highly recommend this figure. Why haven't you picked him up yet? That is the question to ask yourself. So let's set him off to the side and with his shotgun so we don't lose it. And we're finally coming to number 1. And I got to reach far to grab number 1 because number 1 is big. Number 1 is big. And if you haven't figured it out yet, then you know what number 1 is. Because there's one figure I haven't talked about. Well, not a figure, exactly. There's one thing I haven't talked about, and it's the His Tank. Yes, the His Tank deserves the best 1/12 scale of 2023. It is massive. It is glorious. It is everything that you could have ever wanted in a 1/12 scale His Tank. It is just sublime. I've never been happier with a purchase. I have not. This is just, it's made my day. It's everything I wanted in a His Tank, and it's everything that I hoped for. I was so scared we were getting a lemon when we never heard much from it, but I am so happy that we ended up getting what we got. And that is why the His Tank deserves Best Figure of 2023, or 1/12 scale action figure of 2023. And even though his driver didn't get the any sort of running because his driver's kind of bland, his driver will be holding the belt for the His Tank. Let go of the controls. Come out of your chambers, Mr. Driver, and be accepted into the Blind Prime 1/12 scale Hall of Fame. Grab the belt from the bat and put it on in honor of the His Tank, because I tried to put the belt on the His Tank and it just wasn't working. So you are going to wear the His Tank from now on, sir. Yes, glorious. Moving the award to the next person in line, sharing it, and there's been a peaceful transition of power here. If we can just get the belt latched into place. And this belt isn't latching into place. Ruining the ceremony as the belt latch is refusing to latch. There it goes. The belt is latched. Now he shall sit in the his tank and be glorious in his wonder and his amazingness. He is such a good figure. Well, he's not a good figure. He's kind of a bland figure compared to all the other ones that came out in G.I. Joe this year. But we love the his tank, and he will be wearing the honorary championship belt until 2024, when something new will come and take it from him. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and my stupid fingers are dropping my stylus. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mates of all sizes and ages. I hope that you are having a great 2024. Here is to a great 2024, and here's to an amazing 2023 that gave us such a wonderful action figures as General Hawk, Scrap Iron, and of course, the His Tank. Until next Prime, bye-bye for now.